All right, everybody, welcome to our broadcast tonight. So I'm answering a question tonight I get a lot from my clients, especially as they're in the doldrums of doing SEO on their website. And the question is always, when will I start getting traffic from my SEO? Now let's define SEO real quick. SEO is an acronym for search engine optimization, and that's the process of using keywords that you research and implementing them into your site correctly and writing good original content on your site, maybe doing some link building. It's this whole process that a lot of you guys are working on, but the question always remains, I'm doing all of this, but when does my traffic actually come? Now, there's a bunch of you here that are live with me right now. Can anybody answer that? When does the traffic come? Maybe some of you guys already have the answers, because I've got some clients that have been in here with me for a while that are getting traffic. When does the traffic come? I'll give you a minute to respond. Steve, you say, stupid question, but quick question. For product page SEO, do we count characters with or without spaces? Spaces always count as characters. So those would count for sure. That's a decent answer, Howard. When does my traffic start coming? Well, when I start getting rankings in Google, right? Or other search engines. Of course, we always talk about Google because it's by far got the biggest market share. Okay, I agree with that. The whole point of SEO is to gain rankings, isn't it? Or at least that's one of the major points of doing SEO. We're trying to gain rankings. All right, good answers. Yeah, others are saying, yeah, you got to get rankings. You got to. Where do we need to rank, guys? When we're talking about rankings in Google, ideally it's on the first page, right? First page of Google will send you traffic, depending on the keyword phrase, depending on the popularity of the keyword phrase. What about the second page of Google? Can you get traffic off of the second page? Sure. Again, if it's a high volume keyword phrase, you could even get traffic off of the third or fourth page, but it's unlikely you would really get much. Most of your traffic goes on the first page, and most of that traffic is reserved for the top spots of the first page. Although, if you're in the middle or the bottom portion of the first page, you'll still get traffic on a decent keyword phrase. Okay, well, but that goes back to our original question still. So I guess we could rephrase the question. So, okay, when will I start getting rankings in Google? All right, so answer that for me then. This is usually your question, and here's my answer. I don't know. And I'm being totally honest with you. I have no idea when you're going to start getting rankings. Okay? I really don't. And it's impossible for us to guarantee or say when you're going to get rankings. I've heard of marketing companies out there say, hey, if you'll work with me, I will guarantee you a certain type of ranking. In fact, I got off of the phone from somebody randomly called me, and usually I hang up on these people and I don't have time to talk to them, but they actually caught me at an opportune time, so I took a few minutes and just listened to their sales pitch. And this guy said to me, I guarantee you the top spot on Google. I was like, wow, that's quite a guarantee. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no way this guy can guarantee something like that. That's impossible. There are too many variables for you to guarantee something like that. But if somebody ever guarantees you the top spot of Google, that's nothing impressive. You could get to the top of Google for something. The important thing is that you get to the top of Google for a good keyword phrase. It doesn't really help you to be at the top of Google if somebody searches for your domain name in Google, because nobody's searching for your domain name in Google. People are searching for relevant keyword phrases. So I think it's a little immoral if somebody's going to guarantee a ranking. We certainly don't guarantee rankings when we talk to our clients about SEO and marketing. But here's what we can guarantee. We can guarantee that we're teaching you the correct things that are going to turn into rankings. Okay, we're teaching you the recipe, but you got to bake the cake, right? And how long does it take for that process to happen? Really, we don't know. Okay, and it really does depend on your industry. Here's a few things that I can tell you for sure, though, and this ought to ease your mind. I'm sure some of you guys are stressed out about this because you're like, you guys don't know. You know, that's scary. This is my business. You need to know. You need to know how to get traffic to it. Well, first of all, here's the point I want to make. SEO and search engine traffic, which is what we've been focusing on for a while. Wow, gotta spell engine. Is not the only marketing strategy. Okay, there's a guy I know, a big time marketing guru who doesn't really teach any SEO. Which I think is nuts not to teach SEO because it's such a valuable marketing strategy, but he focuses on a lot of other things. Paid advertising strategies, social strategies, email marketing strategies, and a whole plethora of other things. It is possible to get traffic to your site without ranking well in Google. Lots of businesses do it. So if in the end you really, really struggle on getting good search engine rankings, it is not the end of your business. Okay, you still can and will do fine. But it's a huge benefit, which is why we put so much emphasis on it. But just please keep that in mind. Like this does not end the business if you can't do it. All right, let me tell you what we do know, okay? Just in case you're taking notes. I like to take notes alongside of you guys so you can copy them as we go. And this is what we know about how to get rankings faster, okay? One, if you optimized around low difficulty or competition keywords, rankings come faster. Okay, it's one thing we know. Now, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we can get you trainings on this. But targeting low difficulty phrases, how do we know what's a low difficulty keyword phrase? What's low difficulty or low competition in a keyword phrase? There's different ways to measure it, but at least in Moz, we use Moz, right? We're looking for low numbers there, and I've said 40, maybe 40 or lower. So Howard, you're on it. Lower is better, but if you're consistently trying to rank for higher competition keywords, rankings will come slower to you. I can almost guarantee that. So faster rankings from lower difficulty keywords. That we can control. Okay. 2, if you do your SEO well, and I'm going to qualify that, I'm going to say your on-site SEO, rankings come faster. Some of you drag your feet and just don't get it done. I've had a few clients that I've just been so impressed with. They dig in, they do their on-site SEO. What do we mean by on-site SEO? We're talking about your meta tags, right? Meta title, meta description, an SEO-friendly URL. We're talking about alt text on images, We're talking about keywords used in the content. We're talking about H tags. We're talking about original content on the pages. That's on-site SEO, and if that's done well, you'll get rankings faster. If that's never done at all, there's a chance you'll almost never rank well in Google for any target keyword phrase. So we know that'll make a difference, and that's one of the reasons why we really emphasize and teach that. Okay. Now, as part of this, I could say number 3 is a sub of 2, but I'm going to make it its own. I'm going to say if you rewrite product descriptions well, rankings come faster. Okay. What percentage of your website right now is product pages? Ask yourself that question. If you're an e-commerce site, the answer shouldn't surprise you. Probably 90% of your site or more is product pages. Well, what happens if most of those are not rewritten and well done? What happens if most of that is copied content? Your rankings will come slower. So if you want to speed up the process of getting found in Google and therefore getting traffic, rewritten, well done product descriptions make rankings come faster. Okay. I know it's not fun. I know it's very tedious, and I know the results sometimes feel slow in that. It's a bit like me when I'm running. I'm a runner. I run quite a bit just for fun, nothing competitive. But when I'm preparing for a race and I haven't run for a while, boy, it takes a little while to see time drop off my average mile. And it's painful and it takes time, but over time, if done well, I see it happen, and it's no different here. I know it's not always fun stuff, but it's stuff that has to be done. If you consistently, if you write consistently on a blog and maintain it, rankings come faster. That one's huge. Search engines still really appreciate well-done blogs with really nice content that you can tell you spent some time on. That can help you generate rankings faster to your website for sure. Now, we haven't done a lot of blog training as of late. I think last year I did a whole bunch for a little while and then got off of it. We'll do more, in 2017. But every good e-commerce site should have some kind of a blog. And one of the reasons why, so to answer your question, Corinne, why does a blog help? Because if you have a blog tied to your e-commerce site and it's sharing all kinds of great information, writing great articles, updating all the time, Google values that. And plus, within your blog, you're going to have links coming back to your site, which Google values. And then you're going to have links being built into your blog from other sites that find your content useful, which Google values, and that will all work to bolster up your rankings on your site. Blogging helps. Blogging has always been beneficial from an SEO standpoint and will continue to be. That will make rankings come faster. Okay. I'm going to say if you're patient and you let your site age, rankings come faster. Okay, age domains actually make a difference. When you first register your domain name brand new, it's great. It's brand new. It's you're excited about it. The thing that it's got going against it is it's not old. It's not been registered for very long. Therefore, it doesn't have the same authority. So, like, I've got a site that I've had the same domain name now for, 8, 9 years. I don't even know now. It's getting close to 10 years. I've had this domain, and just because it's aged and it's been out there and re-registered and it's been it's been hosted by a good site, or it's been attached to a good site, I should say, that provides some additional credibility. an age site makes sense. So over the years, on occasion, I've had clients that have wanted to put their site on hold and pull it down for a little while because they're busy with other stuff. And I always tell them, no, don't do that. Don't pull your site down ever. Leave it up. Even if you're not going to do anything with it, leave it up, pay the hosting on it, because as long as your domain is attached to that site and sitting out there, it actually helps it. Not a ton, but it helps it from an SEO standpoint. So an aged domain is definitely a good thing. This is in no order of importance or anything, by the way. The last one I want to point out, and there's more to it than this. Okay, so this is not a comprehensive list, but this is some of the main things I felt like I wanted to point out. We're going to say, if you're actively involved in link building, rankings come faster. Okay? Link building is really a process that's kind of hard to define in concise terms, but it's a process where you try to get other websites out on the internet to rank or to link to you. Forums, blogs, news sites, other informational sites, .gov sites, .edu sites, right? Anybody who would be willing to link back to you, right? Actively getting those sites to do that, because over time those links benefit your SEO. They will lift you in the search engines. It creates a sense of trust, and if you have that sense of trust, your rankings will come faster. So if you've done your SEO and you've done a really good job on your on-site SEO and you're still not seeing the results you want, you should double down on number 6 here and really focus in on link building. And there are so many different strategies to do that. We can certainly help you and teach you, how to diversify that effort. But you want to see rankings come faster, you're going to do that. But even with all this stuff, still, I don't know exactly when you'll see traffic. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Any good marketer, any good SEO person, if they say they can give you exactly when, and you do this, and within a week you're going to have traffic, it's just not honest. It's just not true, right? There are variables involved here. It depends on your keyword choices. It depends on the number of links you have pointing to your site, the age of your domain, all these factors I suggested here. And it depends on your competition out there and what they're doing. If your competitors are all link building better and faster than you are, then you may be getting left behind. But maybe you're in an industry where people aren't actively marketing nearly as well. And there's just so many different factors. And so I don't want you to ever feel bad when you ask me that question and I really give you an honest answer and say, I don't know. And then the follow-up question from a lot of you guys is like, okay, well, you don't know, but when do your average clients start seeing traffic? And again, it's like, I don't know. It just depends on a lot of things, because I look at an average client. Some clients are really great at doing this stuff, and then some don't do it as well. Sometimes I talk to a client who's not really getting a lot of traffic, and they'll say, well, I'm doing all these things. I've done my SEO and done my on-site stuff, and I'm doing link building. But then when I ask them some follow-up probing questions, I find out that they're really not doing much link building at all. And then when I dig into their on-site SEO, I find out that really their descriptions weren't all that changed. They didn't rewrite them at all. They just changed a couple of words, or you know what I mean? Like, I find out these different things. Whereas I have some clients that just do great, and they do get rankings quickly, and they're actually pulling traffic from Google within weeks into their marketing phase, because they're just doing this stuff so well. So I don't know. You want a window? You could be getting traffic within a couple of weeks. It could take you months, right? And if you're not really doing any of this stuff at all, and you're not putting the time into it, it could take you years. And I hope that it doesn't. But if you're one of these people that just doesn't do this stuff very well, the good news is there are other marketing strategies, and hopefully I established that at the start of our discussion today. Now, it's beyond the scope of tonight's discussion to talk about exactly what all those are. But I think it's fair, and I think it's important for you guys as business owners, and a lot of you guys who use this as your primary source of income, to just know what real expectations look like for SEO. And this is as honest as it gets. This is no hyperbole, right? This is the reality. And what's great about this is that it is absolutely true. If you do this, you're going to see rankings. And hey, for some of you guys who are getting Google rankings, you can speak to how great it is. You're not paying for that traffic. You're sitting up there at the top of Google, and you're getting free visitors to your site every single day. It's worth the cost of admission. This work that you're putting in is worth it. And I want to make sure you're clear on that. Okay? All right, so I see if I missed anything in my notes. No, I think I got everything I wanted to cover. By the way, can I emphasize this is not a comprehensive list. There's other things that I could add to this, but these are some of the main ones that I thought I'd point out tonight. I hope this was helpful. Having correct expectations of your marketing, I think, is important, and I thought I would share this with you just to make sure you guys were all on the same page with me. Okay? Let me. I'm going to turn off the recording, and then I'll take a question or two, and then we'll finish up. Guys, if you're seeing this recorded, thanks for coming along.